Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready?
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks.
Powered by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Always remember to bet local.
Hello and welcome to Week 10 of the Drew and Stu Podcast, Episode 2, where we make our changes, update our picks, share our best props of the week, and our anytime TD plays. Cam, Thursday Night Football tonight, Chicago, Carolina, Bagent against Bryce Young. How excited are you for this football game?
Very excited. See, we talked about this last night. You know what the thing is, Drew? There's so many shitty games in the NFL. Why not just watch a shitty game and bet on it? Like, honestly, there's so many games that we bet on. Like, if we didn't have money or props on these games, what would you be doing? Probably watching cartoons, maybe your girlfriend, you're out at the mall. I'd be at your stepdad's meat shop buying rack of lamb. There's a lot of other things I'd be doing, but watching these games. And people are like, oh, these games suck, these games suck. Like, yeah, a lot of them suck. It's been a horrible year for the referees in the game, so we get a bad game. What, you think the Jets-Chargers was a good game? That game was a train wreck. So, you know what? I actually think these calamity games like Carolina and Chicago could be more fun. Tip balls, mistakes, pick sixes. Like, I'm actually seeing Drew, I'm not telling anybody. They don't know. It's a horrible game with horrible teams. Yeah. You could have flexed it out, but the bottom line is it's the only game on for the NFL. We're going to bet on it. So let's just bet on it.
Yeah, I'm going to have a few bets on it, but this might be the day where I catch up on some shows with the wife. Let her be like, oh, look, I'm sacrificing a football day for you.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? That's a great idea. If you're in the doghouse with your woman, tonight's a great day. You know what, honey? I've been thinking about things. You know, God, I watch a lot of football, but tonight it's a Netflix night, and I'm in. Whatever you like, I'm a team player. Yeah, play that card. Meanwhile, you're thinking, I have no money on this game, and I really don't care.
We got 3 episodes of Survivor to catch up on. Maybe
Survivor.
She'll make us some hot chocolate and she'll be
my girlfriend was watching the other night. It's the best. The Golden Bachelor. We were pissing our pants. The old guy looking for love. Oh God, it's funny as hell. Actually, you want some real laughs? That guy's he's a piece of work.
I am a fan of Bachelor in Paradise. That's some raunchy stuff, Cam. But
yeah. See, you're still
Bachelor,
young.
I don't know about that.
You could still roll around on the beach. See, I'm a bear. I'm an old guy. I just want to have a couple glasses of scotch and hit the roulette wheel.
Cam, you'd be hilarious in Bachelor in Paradise, just getting hammered on the beach for 10 days.
Everybody, I saw you getting naked in the cabana. What the hell's going on here? I thought it was special.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd be a fan of the hidden cameras all over your bedroom. That's
no, honestly, that's another thing you worry about. Like, I watch a lot of these murder mysteries and stuff, like people putting cameras and GPS people under the car and stuff. I think it's a horrible thing to that's evil. Like, if you're imagine a camera in your bedroom, you're walking around with your ding dong out and you're wiping and doing there's you do things in your room. That's your room.
People love that shit.
There should never be cameras that I worry about cameras when I go to hotels sometimes. I'm like, this probably isn't a very good idea. You know what I mean?
People love that shit though, Cam. There's families on YouTube that have cameras all over their house, and then they just post their daily lives. Oh, look, here was me making breakfast, and people are like, you know what, my God, this is so fun.
Yeah, I have a buddy like that. He's like, hey, I put my slippers on today. We all respond, who cares? You know what I mean? He's telling stories about remedial stuff. Quickly, before we get to the picks though, Drew, I'm telling you, I watch a lot of murder mysteries. All those idiots that set up those surveillance systems, a lot of the time catch themselves because they find the tape or whatever. They see something that he didn't erase or whatever for years and years of footage. So be careful. You think you're doing something smart. Meanwhile, you're incarcerating yourself.
The only thing I will say, Cam,
you're a criminal.
Dash cams are clutch. For bad drivers. A lot of times you prove that you weren't in the wrong with those.
Good call for road rage incidents.
Exactly.
See, Drew, we just don't give we give life tips on this show, not just picks.
Sports Interaction is your homegrown sportsbook where local takes on an entirely different meaning, focusing on the teams, games, and players that matter to you. On top of all the local trends, offering prop bets that you'd never even imagine existed, from same-game parlays to best in-class casino featuring thousands of games and live 24/7 dealers, giving you that Vegas experience any time of day. Come for the sports, stay for the casino. And now introducing the Locker Room, the first of its kind in Canada, a live watch party for the biggest games of the week, all NFL primetime games, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. Come to the Locker Room, live bet with us as we watch the game. Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Go to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. Bet local. 19 plus, please play responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about the gambling of you or someone close to you, please go to connexontario.ca. back to the show. Exactly. All right, let's recap our picks, Cam, from Tuesday before we make any changes. You had the Panthers plus 3.5, the Patriots plus 1.5 was your bronze, the Titans plus 1.5, the Saints minus 2.5, Jags plus 3, Packers plus 3, Browns plus 6 was your gold, Bengals minus 6.5, Lions minus 1.5, Falcons minus 1.5, Cowboys minus 16.5, Seahawks minus 6. That's a lot of favorites, Cam. Vegas plus 1.5, and Bills minus 7.5 was your silver. We'll recap mine quickly. The Bears, the Patriots, the Titans, the Vikings, the 49ers was my bronze. Steelers, Browns is my gold. Bengals, Lions is my silver. Cardinals, Cowboys, Washington, Jets, and Buffalo. Cam, I don't think I've ever seen you take this many favorites in a week.
Well, but the thing is, yeah, you're right. It's I don't really have a defense there in a court of law. I'm like, you're right. It's factual, but they are small favorites.
Yes,
you got to admit, a lot of them are small favorites. And the only reason I'm taking Seattle, Drew, I think it's a bounce back spot. I don't really love the game. Like a lot of people that I've done shows with all week, like Washington, I just think after getting embarrassed, it's like one of those things in hockey. I've been doing it for a long time. Like say your team loses a game they should win like 7-1. I like coming back to them the next game.
Yeah,
like it's one of those. It's actually kind of funny. See, we talked about this. San Jose got that win a lot earlier than people thought. Oh, they're going to lose by 8 goals again, are they? Okay. Drew, you know the way things
I wanted
work
their first one to be against the Oilers tonight just to laugh, but
you know what? So did I actually. I'm thinking about taking them like on the alternate goal line tonight or something. But then again, isn't Pickard starting, your old boy from Colorado?
Yep.
I think he might be getting the start. The Pickard
first ever
Feds.
pick in the expansion draft, Cam. Calvin Pickard.
Yeah. I actually like the guy. He seems like a nice dude.
All right, anyway, let's get into our switches for the week. What is your first game change, or you want me to start?
I'll start. I was going to do 2 or 3, Drew, but I'm going to do 1 definitely.
Okay.
I was on the Raiders last week. We won that bet large, but I'm going to switch. I'm going to get off the Raiders and switch to the Jets. I think people remember what they saw last in this game, and they saw the Jets struggling on national TV against the Chargers. It's a whole different scenario. I like Pierce as the coach of the Raiders, but maybe the novelty is worn off. I just think the Jets defense, that's the thing. This isn't a Giants team tanking. This is a Jets team that still kind of believes that we're going to play football. I don't like, did you hear what Robert Salah said? Like, what a horrible guy. He's throwing like Wilson under the bus. And he goes, and then they're talking about Trevor Siemian. Here's a tip, everybody. We've been watching football for 40 years. Trevor Siemian is shittier than Zach Wilson.
He's terrible.
That's the thing. It's so basically this coach is throwing a young quarterback under the bus. Siemian blows everywhere he's ever been. He's had 1 good game. I remember with Denver when he came in like 20 years ago when I was wasted in a casino. The guy reeks. So give me the Jets. And honestly, Salah, I'm going to give him a tip. Stop ripping your team and your players, man. That's a good way to lose the team. I don't really like this guy's press conferences. He's been real, like these coaches.
He's really wishy-washy.
Yeah, not just that, Drew. Like he does subtle things, like little mean things to like throw, especially younger players onto the bus. It's not a good thing. It's not a good look. And I'll tell you, you'll regret it when you lose your job.
Yeah, I like the Jets in this game too as well, Cam, just because I think their defense is going to hold the Raiders in check. I can see the Raiders team total. I love the under in that spot. I think I might take alt like under 7.5. Like I don't see them scoring more than 7 points in this football game.
I agree.
And this has got like 14-7 written all over it. So I love the Jets in the spot as well. My first change of the week, Cam, is going to be the Minnesota Vikings to the New Orleans Saints. I thought about it longer after that pick, and I was like, you know what? Josh Dobbs, the honeymoon phase, everyone's on them now. The Vikings, like, oh, heroic performance, blah, blah, blah. That was against the Falcons defense, Cam. That wasn't the Saints defense. So I'm going to go off the train. I don't want to go with what I saw last week. I know the Saints have a tendency to blow these games and not win the close ones, but I think they win this one, Cam. So I'm switching off the Vikings to the Saints.
I love the pick. Remember, Drew, too, I've been following this team. We've been pretty good. And trust me, if Allen wasn't such a moron last week with the 2 field goal decisions, here's the thing. The Saints will play brutal. Then what did they do? They beat New England 34-0 off the top of my head. They had another week when everyone was against them. They murdered another team. Like they go bad, murder, bad. And this is the week after not playing well against the Bears. I think they win this game. And you bring up a great point. When you get called into the game, we both played sports too, not talking like Al Bundy. But you have adrenaline when you're not expected to be there. Like a guy gets hurt, you get moved to the top line, you're flying. Now you're starting the game in that position. It is different. You don't get that bump like the baby bump we talked about.
You're thinking a lot.
Yes, and you're already in your head. So here's a tip. I think Dobbs is going to be okay, but he's not going to be magical. And what you said, the Saints have a much better defense. We're on the same pick. New Orleans.
All right, Cam. Are you making any other changes?
I was actually, no, Drew, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not making a change. I am so scared shitless with this Jacksonville game now. If San Francisco gets all their guys back, I'm just giving people fair warning. It was going to be one of my favorite
San
picks.
Fran's my bronze. I thought you were going to switch off the Jags and come with me.
No, I'm going to say, you know me and my cats, Drew. I'm a very loyal cat owner, and I'm just going to stick there, and I'm going to take it. But I'm going to tell you something. I would probably tease them. I think a teaser in that situation is much safer than the 3.
I don't even know, Cam. I could see them
You
losing.
think San Fran's going to blow them out?
They could.
Interesting.
Like, I can't see the Jags blowing the 49ers out, but I could see the 49ers blowing the Jags out. So I think the teaser's better if you go 7 points through 0, get San Fran +4.
Yeah.
I think that's
I don't even mind that. We've talked about this before with the big through 0. Do whatever the hell you want. You want to get San Francisco at +4, that's your business. It's fine. It's still a key number.
Exactly. Cam, my next switch is going to be the Patriots to the Colts. I went
this
back.
one, Drew. No.
Yeah,
we need to be aligned in Germany on this one.
Hey,
together we drink Steins. Together we eat.
I know that's one of your favorite picks.
Patriots are going to win this game.
I thought about it though, and I'm like, listen, the Patriots are the worst team in the league. Like I'm looking at it. I'm watching the highlights.
I know, Drew. You saw me at the bar yesterday. We were winning everything. I'm like, why can't New England just win for me so we win that big ticket?
And I'm done losing money on the Patriots, Cam. I'm done.
But the minute, Drew, I do this in golf. The minute you get off something because they really let you down, 1 week they're going to show up and it's going to hurt even more. Anyway, I owe you a bottle of Crown Royal because the Bills didn't cover. I'm not going to make another bet because I got to get more meats and I don't really have a lot of money. So here's the deal.
I think the Colts win this game, Cam. I'm sorry.
We'll do so. I got to think about something I'll do for you. I can't be your butler because I work too much. But anyway, I'm taking New England in this spot.
All right. We're in a disagreement. It's weird. I don't like switching against you, Cam, but something's telling me like I can't trust New England. That's why I was on Washington last week.
Drew, I can't trust either team. First of all, and here's the thing about Indy.
Carolina was one of my favorite, or Indy was my favorite pick last week, Cam, and I was right.
Hey, we were on. Remember when Carolina beat Houston? Their only time they covered this year. Things happen in the NFL. But I'm going to say this. Indianapolis, I'm just going to make a case for New England, and trust me, it's a tough case. It's me, Lionel Hudson, a smoking monkey, like on the table right now. Like you're coming in with professional lawyers. I'm walking in drunk, loose tie, disheveled. But Indianapolis has played bad teams.
Yep.
They've scored a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
One thing New England has, Drew, and if it wasn't for Mac Jones, we watched the game. Their defense is competent. They force teams into turnovers, and that's a situation.
Like,
okay, no. I don't want to talk you out of it. You know what? Betting on the Patriots is probably really stupid, but that's where I got to this week.
All right. Well,
I'll take them.
Cam, you're probably going to be right because it's your bronze pick. You've been hitting your best bets, but something in my gut tells me to get off of them. So I'll probably be wrong, but it's one of the switches I'm making. Do you have any more changes for the week, or just those two?
Is there any other ones you considered? And I want to see if I considered them too.
I did consider switching off of the Steelers to go to the Packers with you. But then I thought about it more, and I was like, I can't trust Jordan Love against the Steelers. I know everyone's like, oh, the Steelers defense is overrated, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't care. I trust the Steelers at home with Tomlin with 10 days versus.
Yeah. I actually thought about, I was actually thinking about going to Pitt. I'm sticking with Green Bay. So I think that's everything we got. Monday Nighter. Oh, dude, we had a guy on, one of his favorite picks is Denver. I'm like, no, I'm not switching. I know the Bills haven't covered in ages, but this is the week. This is the spot. If you can't beat the Denver Broncos by...
People are fired. A lot
14,
of people are fired.
Oh, no. I told you. I listen to WGR radio, Shope and the Bulldog. People in Buffalo are already depressed when they wake up. You should hear them now. When the Bills are having a bad season and things are Buffalo is not the place you want to go. It's already a cloud of misery with the Super Bowl losses. Now it's oh, God. And I love the people of Buffalo. Hell, me and my girlfriend vacation in friggin' Niagara Falls, New York, walking the streets for cheap booze.
I don't know about that.
We do. Dude, I go to Seneca. I told you, this is the best, Drew. Before we get to the football picks, these guys in the casino were wearing Eichel jerseys. I walk in, I go, what? I go, do you understand what this man said about your city?
I know.
He called it a shithole, whatever. They're like, yeah, they were cheap. The pit boss comes up to me. He's like, yeah, we needed Sabre jersey. These ones were really cheap.
Biggest joke about Seneca Casino. I don't want to badmouth any franchise here, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to the non-smoking section, and I look. It's a little white line painted on the floor, and I'm playing blackjack, and I'm like, how the fuck is this non-smoking? All the smoke
the best is
over here is coming right into me. What the hell is this?
I'll be your pit boss. There is no smoking section.
Yeah, I was like,
enjoy it.
I was like non-smoking my ass. I'd like,
dude, I love. My girlfriend doesn't even smoke. Like she literally like lights up menthols when we go there. I go, what are you doing? She goes, I'm breathing in so much smoke. I might as well just smoke. I go, that's a good take actually. I'm not even going to fight it. But anyway, fair. I had great times at the casino. With the people. And I'm going to tell you, Drew, like that place is actually, it's a nice hotel though. I really like that hotel.
I don't know. Anyway. I'll stay on the Canadian side. It's a lot nicer, Cam. Than
just yeah. What, and pay for drinks? Sorry. Anyway, that's an episode for another day.
Fair.
That's
fair
what are we doing here?
All right, let's get into our props of the week, Cam. Your anytime TD props, my yardage props. I'll start with one. One of my favorite picks of the week is Lamar Jackson under 43.5 rushing yards. He's only hit over 43.5, Cam, in 3 of his 9 games this season. Everyone thinks, oh, Lamar runs like crazy. He runs like crazy. He really hasn't this season, Cam. And against the Browns early in the year, he only had 27. So I like the Browns defensive front to keep him in the pocket. If the Ravens do blow them out again or beat this team big, it'll be through the air. It's not going to be with Lamar's legs. So I think I love the under here, 43.5.
Also, just to back up that point, I really think it's important that people know, why do you think Gus Edwards is getting so much touches? Lamar Jackson got hurt.
Yeah, you got to keep him healthy.
And it probably cost them a nice run, and that's the whole situation. Harbaugh and the staff and the owners of the Ravens said, listen, we got a beautiful piece here. Drew, I'm going to tell you, it's like mini load management, because that's the only way. If Lamar Jackson goes out again, like Baltimore actually has a chance this year. You can't get like, you got to treat this guy like a China doll. Like, I'm going to tell you, every time they have a big lead, I'd take him out. Like, you can't screw around.
Baltimore, yeah, it's smart.
But I mean, even earlier, like I'm saying, like, because he's been hurt so many
times. And Huntley's
a
very good backup, so you're right. Like, it's not like he's blowing games.
There's no need to keep Lamar Jackson in games when you're like they were throttling the Seahawks. I would have took him out earlier. That's just
you've noticed too when he's running, he's dropping early now or going out of bounds. Yep. He's not doing those spin moves and trying to fight through tackles because he knows, like, what's the point of getting that extra 2-3 yards? If I already got the first down, just go down. So I like that. What's your first anytime TD prop, Cam?
Well, Drew, we're going to go to the Thursday market, and I'm going to go with DJ Moore. Moops, my boy, plus 190 anytime touchdown. He plays for the Bears. Used to be a Carolina Panther, kind of a heart pick, guys, but getting 2-1 on the Bears' best receiver, I think is an incredible price. And also, Drew, I remember when we went to the bar, who were like, oh my God, Cole Kmet? Cole Kmet is plus 240. So those are the two guys. This game might not be high scoring. I actually think it goes over the 38 and a half. I think this is because this game gets sloppy. And I'm going to take a shot. This is what these props are for. My redheaded brethren, Hunter Hurst, Hayden Hurst, Double H, Hayden Hurst. I was going to say Hemsley, like Triple H.
Yep.
Double H, Hayden Hurst. Know what he is? 5-1 anytime touchdown. I think they go to the tight end against Chicago tonight.
My only prop for tonight, Cam, would be Adam Thielen over 67.5 yards. First time in 6 weeks he didn't hit over his prop, and it was last week, and it cost me a dime because if he would have just hit that over, I would have been like, yay!
I got to tell people, too. So when me and Drew met and I got a bag full of meat and we had a great day, Bagman didn't show up, but Bagman 2 showed up. Great guy. And I'm going to say this. I looked at Drew's props, and let me tell you, as an unbiased guy, this guy hit every touchdown yardage prop except for TJ Hawkinson. He would have won over $2,000. So listen to the man with props. You did a great job last week.
Yeah, Hawkinson.
Other than the New England game.
Not a fan of TJ Hawkinson this week, Cam. All right, what is your next?
He's still good. He's still good.
He is. What's your next anytime TD prop?
It's interesting, Drew. You know what? I'm going to go to the Dallas game and give you 3.
Ooh.
Pollard minus 135. I've been listening to a lot of stuff. They got to use this guy, and if he doesn't get one now, I don't. Mike McCarthy, literally, get a brain. Figure it out. You got one of the most dynamic players in the league, and you don't even use
Looking at his game log, Cam, it makes no sense. I'm like, why does this guy have only 10 carries every game? Like, what's going on?
Him and Arthur Smith should get together. They're the opposite of Mensa members, whatever it is for dumb people, like extremely low IQs. Like they have, imagine having a Ferrari and you basically have no leather, you have interior made of cardboard.
Yeah.
That's what it's like with Bijan Robinson. You have the best vehicle running back and you don't even use the car. So what are you doing with it? Nothing. You're letting it sit and depreciate. Actually, this is a good analogy for a change. I just woke up. I'm going to tell you, I'm taking Pollard minus 135. He's got to do something. I even think Dak might call audibles and just give him the damn ball. CD Lamb plus 110. Drew, I need one thing from you. Dallas defensive touchdown, where they pick off old Danny DeVito there. Yeah, from Taxi or from
8-1. Plus
8
800.
to 1 Dallas. You're telling me a Dallas defensive touchdown is 8 to 1?
Mm-hmm.
Sold. Got me.
All right.
How bad's DeVito going to be?
Yeah, he's not
Tom
going to be
DeVito? This guy sounds like a pizza shop. This guy's going to get murdered.
So, Cam, if you parlay Dallas D, Pollard, and CeeDee Lamb, 30 to 1.
Drew, you just sold me. I'm going to parlay all three. 30 to 1 with Dallas defensive touchdown. My boy Pollard and Lamb. Didn't we talk about? See, it's a sign. We talked about rack of lamb at the start of the show.
You're right.
Lamb.
Might have
it's
to
all coming together.
Might have to do
Human
a
lamb
3 touchdowns.
Yeah, lamb. Super lamb.
All right, Cam. My next one is Michael Pittman over 5.5 catches against New England. He's over in 3 of his last 4 games, and he has 16 grabs over his last 2. And with Downs hurt, he's become Minshew's like go-to guy. I think 5.5 catches is too low. I don't like his yardage so much, just because it could be 6 catches for 30 yards. It might just be like a little slant. So I like the 5.5 catch prop instead of the yards here.
Sometimes, no, Drew, that's a great point. I think we should give this to the listeners because we just kind of make picks, but when you look at those props, don't automatically bet yards, whatever. You got to think, like, how is the person going to be utilized? And I think a lot of the time the receptions is better than the yards. Like, I even remember with Kincaid, like, bing, 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 bing. Man, he gets targeted 12 times. Some of those are like 3-yard plays for like quick little hitches just to try to move the chains, right? So I think that's really, really important that we look at receiving, catches in comparison to yards and work out which. Hey, you could bet them both. But I think usually there's one that's better than the other, so break it down, right?
Exactly. Cam, I got a question for you before you give your next Anytime TD prop. Are you going to go back to the well with CMC? Is it going to be 16 straight weeks of the touchdown? It has to be, right?
I would. The juice is high, right?
Yeah, it's minus 200.
It's a but you know what? It's a parlay piece. We parlayed stuff. It's kind of like we're betting on a money line or an NHL game or something like that. It's definitely a parlay piece. And for me, what's ATN?
He's
in that
minus
game?
110.
I'd parlay them because I like ATN. All he does is get touchdowns for the Jaguars.
Put them together, it's plus 190.
Sold. That's how the way I would like the thing. Sorry, excuse me. If you attack CMC and he doesn't get a touch, see, that's the time when juice kills. If you're laying 200 and you're a big bettor, say you put a nickel on it, you're out $1,000.
It's true.
So that's not a really good way to gamble. So I would rather parlay it. And I think, don't you think ATN scores? He seems to score every week.
I don't know if the Jags score. Never mind ETN.
You don't know if okay.
Cam, I'm
you don't think they're going to get a touchdown at home?
I like the 49ers. Cam.
I know San Fran's good. I'm just saying the Jaguars will score a touchdown in the game.
Hopefully.
And we also have to think about Purdy. Like, is he going to be back? Maybe he throws a pick and sets them up. Anyway, I think that's a good parlay.
All right, Cam. I like it. My next two will be Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns minus 170. Against Houston. Like Houston's defense allowed Baker Mayfield to toss all over them. Tampa Bay scored a bunch of points, and he's hit this in 4 straight games, so I'm not getting off the Joe Burrow train now. And Will Levis over 1.5 passing touchdowns is plus 185. And if you parlay his 1.5 TDs with over 210 passing, it's plus 300, Cam. I like the Titans to win this game this week, so I can't get off the Titans train. I mean, we just saw Stroud throw 5 touchdowns and almost 500 yards. Will Levis can't throw 200?
I think, you know what? Here's the thing about Levis, too. Eventually, he's going to, I'm shocked. We watched Will Levis play at Kentucky, Drew, and know what he is? Me and Gabe Morency were talking about this on our show. I got a perfect analogy for this guy. He's Brett Favre. He'll make great plays, and he'll make shit. Like, we haven't seen, and we haven't. No.
He doesn't have the arm like Favre, though.
Brett Favre Jr., but the reason I'm saying that is he has the ability to make crazy-ass plays, but he'll also do something really stupid, too. We just haven't seen the stupid yet, and it's going to happen.
I think Josh Allen's more Brett Favre than Will Levis.
Actually, but Josh Allen, no, yeah, okay. Let's combine them like Transformers. Josh Allen's way bigger and stronger, though. Levis isn't. They don't have the same.
I just meant
body
arm
frame
strength wise, like a gunslinger / throwing picks. Like Will Levis doesn't have.
Josh Allen has a better arm than Will Levis.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Will Levis doesn't have the arm that Allen and Favre have when it comes to like gunslinger. So he's like Brett Favre without the cannon. So I don't know what you would call that.
I would say out of all the quarterbacks we mentioned, it's not even close. Allen's fastball is definitely the best. It's not even debatable.
I think Will Levis, surprisingly, Cam, reminds me of like Kurt Warner on jacked Kurt Warner, because Kurt Warner didn't have a hard ball, but he'd throw picks and he was good with his touch. And I think that's
a great call. I see. That's a really good comparison. I like that a lot. Kurt Warner had Hall of Fame career. I'm not sure if Will Levis is going to, but they play. Good call, Drew. I like that.
All right, Cam, what's your next anytime TD prop?
I'm actually going to take a page out of your book. You told me that Jones is going to go wild for Green Bay, so I'm just going to listen to you.
Ooh, I like it.
Are we going to take yards and touchdown? The touchdown's plus 190. I think they're going to. I'm going to take his yards over. I think Green Bay, to be successful against Pittsburgh, they have to use Pittsburgh's over pursuit with Watt and that great defense to their disadvantage. If I was Green Bay and LaFleur, but we're not, we're doing a gambling show, I'd run draws and stuff all day. I'd pitch to Jones. Jones is the one player that can use Pittsburgh's over-aggressiveness against them. I think it's key that he's utilized this week.
So you think his receiving prop might be better than his rushing prop then?
I like both. See, this is the one that I like both because I think he will run. But, Drew, I like the receiving prop more because it's lower, and I think he's going to get – how many catches do you think he gets this week?
4?
I think he gets – I'm thinking 5 or 6.
Yeah, possibly. If you think he's going to get 25 yards alone, Cam, that's already plus 200.
I think he can get it on one play. If he breaks, he's the type of guy to get 25 yards on a play if he finds a hole.
And his rushing prop's only 50 yards. So
both. Rushing and receiving combined. I'm all in on Jones.
All right, so you do rushing, receiving, and TD. It's probably plus 350, plus 450, Cam. That'd be a nice play.
Thank you.
All right, my last prop of the week, Cam, is Alvin Kamara over 35.5 receiving yards. He's hit over this number in 4 straight. Derek Carr loves to check down. And you know what the Minnesota Vikings love to do, Cam? Blitz more than anybody, which means Carr's going to be getting pressure in his face. And look, there's Kamara for a check down. There's Kamara for a check down. I love his receptions too. 5.5 is a lot of catches, but I mean, I could see him going for 8 for 70. He's going to get a lot of balls in this game, Cam.
Drew, I'm playing the exact same one. Great analysis. I think Kamara, I wouldn't be surprised. I think Kamara could get double-digit receptions.
Yeah, 100%.
Like a receiver. So I'm going to play that over the 35.5 too. Great pick by you. And you switch your pick to the Saints, so that kind of makes sense. It's correlated with your change. I got one more, Drew, and then I think we're done here. Probably have more. Jonathan Taylor, Indianapolis touchdown. It's 20 cents, but how is he not going to get a touchdown? I think they have to go to him at the goal line. Mm-hmm. And who would you take on New England? Would you take Stevenson or no? I'm going to leave it alone. My initial reaction was Stevenson over Elliott, but I'm just going to play Taylor. Seattle. They made a big mistake. Sorry,
I was going to say I'd probably take Hunter Henry if I was picking the Patriots to score a touchdown.
You know what? That's a great call by you. Hunter Henry, we watched that game. He went to Hunter. Hey, just Mac Jones sucks. It wasn't Hunter Henry's fault. He was there all the time.
True.
He was open, and numbnuts can't find him. Mac Jones. I'm betting on this idiot this week. What a loose. I'm going to regret that one. God, that guy sucks. I got one for you too, Drew. Final pick. Our friend. You know about him. I know about him. Bobo. Seattle didn't use Bobo, the clown, last week against the Ravens. Not cool. Over 22.5 against Washington. And Drew, a little sprinkle, like you, 7-1 touchdown. Bobo. I think he gets in the offense again. You know what? Seattle needs to use this guy more. He is a great possession receiver. He's always open. Get it done. Give it to Bobo.
Yeah, I also like all the Geno Smith props in this game too, Cam, because this is a get right spot after that disappointing performance last week. So any Geno passing yardage or touchdown props, even rushing, he might be taking off in this one. Speaking of Bobo, Cam, you know how people name their animals after their favorite athletes? I think Bobo is a key one. If you bought a cat, you could be like, "Oh, this is Bobo, my cat."
If I had a dog and Bobo was Seattle's best player, I'd call my animal Bobo.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's a wicked name. Come on, Bobo. It writes itself. And I'm going to tell you this: Pete Carroll's not happy because I watch a lot of Seattle TV too as my team. Drew Lock is a competent backup quarterback just waiting, and as we know, how many backups are starting in this league now? And some are doing quite well. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you, Geno is literally, he'll give him a leash, but if it gets really bad and he continues to regress, don't be surprised if Seattle, even for a few series, Pete's got to make a message and say, listen, Drew Lock, and I have no problem with Drew Lock coming in the game. I think he's a good, I think he actually he looks very comfortable.
I think while they still have a winning record, Cam, they don't want to take Geno out. It's no,
they don't want to ruin his confidence, but Drew, they also have to understand something. If they lose to Baltimore, they're hanging with San Francisco in this division. These games are you know what I mean? Come on, you can't. He needs to play better. You're right. It's hard hockey. The Flames bench Tuberdo, but Geno needs a message. He needs to be told you can't. when he plays bad, Drew, like bad Gino is real bad.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's like we watched
New
it
York
last
Jets
week.
Gino we saw on Sunday.
Oh, it was awful. Yeah.
All right, Cam. Well, you've heard our props. You've heard our changes. Let's recap the picks for everybody. So, Cam, you've made 2 changes. You switched off of, what was it now? I wrote down. You switched from
Raiders to Jets.
And you switched from Bucks to Titans. Oh, no, that was on Thursday or Tuesday.
No.
You switched Raiders to Jets, and that was the only change you made?
Yep.
Raiders to Jets. And then I switched from Patriots to Colts and Vikings to Saints. I will bring up our boards here. You can see Cam's picks. And you can see my picks. Cam, I'm surprised we're both like staying on the Browns as our gold. Because I saw the comments, they're like, oh, the Browns got smoked by the Ravens early in the year. You guys like the Browns? This is crazy. I'm like, yeah, this is a different spot. This is
we've been called crazy. We've been called crazy before, and if we don't win the bet, it's betting. It's the NFL. I'm just saying, as you agree, what I've learned about the NFL, it's very similar to a stock. The Ravens are at its highest point. That's when you sell. The Browns, no one thinks they can beat these guys. We're buying a very good stock at a crazy price, and we will take the 6 damn points.
Exactly, Cam. All right, before we get out of here, please hit like, please hit subscribe, please download, rate, and review this podcast on all audio platforms, and we will see you on Tuesday after we go perfect 16-0 on the week. There's only 14 games, 14-0 on the week, plus all of our props hit. We're both going to be have like an extra 10 dimes in our accounts to come Monday morning, Cam. It'll be a good weekend.
No, Drew, you know that's not true. But what we do is help. If you ever meet me and Drew in a bar and you're a stranger, we'll help you win $10,000.
That's true.
We'll lose our own bets, but just come up to us and we'll give you a winner, which we did.
That's factual.
That guy should be taking care of us. Now, if we ever go back to that place, that guy owes us drinks.
Oh, 100%. I'm like, wings
more
on
than
you, buddy.
drinks. Actually, I want him to cover wings, drinks, and other things.
Yeah.
Plate of nachos.
100%. We won him $4,000, Cam. So
you won the guy $4,000. Least you can do is chuck me a bottle of something. Good pick by you too, Drew. You added what was it, Dak Prescott over to the parlay too? Good pick.
All right, everybody. We will see you next week.
This has been Drew and Stu.
Powered by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Always remember to bet local.
Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.